That would be awesome. I'm going to invite my brother, my ever so slightly younger brother, still very young, to the stage. We are like twins, yeah?
Almost. Suntem ca gemeni, nu?
You're not very pretty. Manly of the two. I'm going to read from the Bible. Let's start.
Voi citi din Biblie, ca să începem.
Learning to speak slowly is very, very difficult.
Trebuia să vorbească mai încet. Și așa de repede, ca să poți să ții minte.
He said way more than that then, didn't he? He did. Isaiah chapter 6.
Isaia capitolul 6.
Chapter 9 even. Sorry.
9, exact.
Yeah. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given.
Căci un copil ni s-a dat, căci un copil ni s-a născut, un fiu ni s-a dat.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Și domnia va fi pe umărul lui.
And his name shall be called
și îl vor numi
Wonderful Counselor,
Minunat,
Mighty God,
Dumnezeu Mare,
Everlasting Father,
Părinte Veșnic,
Prince of Peace.
Prinț al Păcii.
Church, friends,
Biserică, prieteni,
if it's your first time here, welcome.
dacă sunteți pentru prima dată aici, sunteți mai mult decât bineveniți.
You're not new, you're family.
Nu sunteți noi, sunteți familie.
So as a family tonight,
Deci ca și familie,
we are going to celebrate the
vom
birth of Jesus.
sărbători pe Isus.
And it's going to look like this.
Și se va prezenta cam așa.
We're going to sing together,
Vom cânta împreună
and we're going to hear the story of Jesus' birth together.
și vom auzi împreună istoria nașterii a Domnului nostru Isus.
So you all have a part to play.
Deci veți face parte din această, să zic, operă de teatru.
You're going to be hearing readings from amongst us today.
Deci vom fi toți implicați să citim.
I want you to feel like you're sat in our front room. We're family. We're hanging out.
Deci nu vreau să mă simt doar eu că stau aici în față, dar deci trebuie să ne simțim toți ca și o familie.
I'm just going to celebrate the best birthday party ever.
Și vreau ca să sărbătorim cea mai minunată zi de naștere.
So I'm going to invite our youth and our young people up to start.
Și voi invita tinerii și copiii ca să înceapă.
Get comfy. Let's go. Everything was ready. The moment God had been waiting for was here at last. God was coming to help his people just as he promised in the beginning. But how would he come? What would he be like? What would he do? Mountains would have bowed down, seas would have roared, trees would have clapped their hands, but the earth held its breath. As silent as snow falling, he came in. And when no one was looking, in the darkness, he came.
There was a young girl who was engaged to a man named Joseph. Joseph was the great grandson of King David. One morning, this girl was minding her own business when suddenly a great warrior of light appeared, right there in the bedroom. He was Gabriel, and he was an angel, a special messenger from heaven. When she saw the tall, shining man standing there, Mary was frightened. "You don't need to be scared," Gabriel said. "God is very happy with you." Mary looked around to see if perhaps he was talking to someone else. Mary, Gabriel said, and he laughed with such gladness that Mary's eyes filled with sudden tears.
Mary, you are going to have a baby, a little boy. You will call him Jesus. He is God's own son. He is the one. He is the rescuer. The God who flung planets into space and kept them whirling around and around. The God who made the universe with just a word. The one who could do anything at all was making himself small and coming down as a baby. Wait, God was sending a baby to rescue the world? But it's too wonderful, Mary said, and felt her heart beating hard. How can it be true? Is anything too wonderful for God? Gabriel asked. So Mary trusted God more than what her eyes could see. And she believed. I am God's servant, she said. Whatever God says, I will do.
Come on, church. Let's worship together, King of Kings.
Sure enough, it was just as the angel said.
9 months later, Mary almost ready to have her baby. Now, Mary and Joseph had to take a trip to Bethlehem, the town King David was from. But when they arrived at the little town, they found every room was full. Every bed was taken. Go away, the innkeeper told them. There isn't any place for you. Where would they stay? Soon, Mary's baby would come. They couldn't find anywhere except an old, tumble-down stable. So they stayed where the cows and the donkeys and the horses stayed.
And there, in the stable, amongst the chickens and the donkeys and the cows, in the quiet of the night, God gave the world his wonderful gift. The baby that would change the world was born, his baby son. Mary and Joseph wrapped him up to keep him warm. They made a soft bed of straw and used the animal's feeding trough as his cradle. And they gazed in wonder at God's great gift, wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger. Mary and Joseph named him Jesus, Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us, because of course he had.
The light of the whole world. That same night in one sea stars. Suddenly a rain appeared. All the stars and down from the heavens. Everyone shone clearer. Place in the night and make the other stars appear beside it. God put the day when his baby son was born. To be like a spotlight. Shine on him, lighten up the darkness. Phone the people to wait to him. See him come like a new daddy. Couldn't keep the music himself. And now he wanted to tell everyone.
So, or you can tell me now, he pulled out all the stops. He'd sent an angel to tell Mary the good news. He put a special star in the sky to show where his boy was. And now he was going to send a big choir of angels to sing his happy song to the world. He's here, he's come, go and see him, my little boy. Now where would you send your splendid choir? To a big concert hall maybe, or a palace perhaps. God sent his to a little hillside, outside a little town, in the middle of the night. He sent all those angels to sing for a raggedy old bunch of shepherds watching their sheep outside Bethlehem. In those days, remember, people used to laugh at shepherds and say they were smelly and call them other rude names, which I can't possibly mention here. You see, people thought shepherds were nobodies, just scruffy old riffraff. But God must have thought shepherds were very important indeed, because they're the ones he chose to tell the good news first. That night, some shepherds were out in the open fields, warming themselves by a campfire, when suddenly the sheep darted. They were frightened by something. The olive trees rustled. What was that? A wing beat.
See around. Standing in front of them was a huge warrior of light, blazing into the darkness. "Don't be afraid of me," the bright shining man said. "I haven't come to hurt you. I've come to bring you happy news for everyone, everywhere. Today in David's town, in Bethlehem, God's son has been born. You can go and see him. He is sleeping in a manger." Behind the angel, they saw a strange glowing cloud. Except it wasn't a cloud, it was angels. It was angels' troops and troops of angels, armed with light, and they were singing a beautiful song. Glory to God. To God be fame and honour, and all the arrays. Then as quickly as they appeared, the angels left. The shepherds stamped out their fire, left their sheep, raced down the grassy hill, through the gates of Bethlehem, down some steps, past and in, round a corner, through a hedge, until at last they reached.
A tumble-down stable. They caught their breath. Quietly they tiptoed inside. They knelt on the dirt floor. They'd heard about this promised child, and now he was here, heaven's son, the maker of the stars, a sleeping baby in his mother's arms. This baby would be like that bright star shining in the sky that night, a light to light up the whole world, chasing away darkness, helping people to see, and the darker the night got, the brighter the star would shine.